as they are ready for their high school football season to commence.
And away we go.
And football is started here in Walden Grove.
Gets it to the goal line.
Touchback.
Okay.
Standard high school rules is in high school, if you kick the ball into the end zone, any part of the end zone, is an automatic touchback on a kickoff or a field goal or punt.
Thank you for explaining that to me.
No problem at all. The umpire is out, placing the ball now, as the Walden Grove Red Wolves will play defense on the 20.
Who's our defensive stars here?
Well, you're going to see a lot of new faces this year. One of the main ones, obviously, is Sebastian Adamski. And now with Trey Gerard having a breaking his leg earlier this season, the team is going to rely on some new faces, mainly at corner, Colby Gaines and Ty McDermott out at the corner. Looks like an inside dive, and the Red Wolves are just gang tackling on that one. 3.
Tackle made by number 3, Sebastian Adamski.
All right, Sebastian starting things off right with the first tackle of the season.
Right. Number 10, Duncan Hoover, is lined up at free safety this year for the Red Wolves, taking over for big-time former star Jordan Lopez. Well, he's got big shoes to fill, but I'm sure he can do it. Douglas lines up in I formation.
Walden showing some...
And the left end over here just crashed out and caused problems. And that is going to be number 30. Number 30. That's number 30, Jeremy Lai on the tackle. So I got kind of double duty up here in the box today. I'm doing the spotting for the in-house stereo announcer and also the play-by-play up here in the booth.
You know, we wouldn't want you to get too comfortable.
Yeah, no, never. The Douglas Bulldogs line up with twins to the boundary. And they drop back for a pass. And it appears that it is incomplete, broken up by number 3, Sebastian Adamski.
Well, he's all over the field so far.
Well, you don't get a D1 offer by not being an active defensive player.
Well, what a great start for the Red Wolves, forcing a punt on their very first drive.
Yeah, and back to receive. It appears it is Duncan Hoover, number 13. Or it's Ty McDermott. It's Ty McDermott out there, number 13, back returning punts with the red gloves.
Ready for the return, Ty McDermott.
Ty's got a number of college offers from Division III schools. Great GPA, makes him very attractive candidates for any college.
Oh, yeah, and everyone loves having Ty on the team.
Ty's a leader. You know, he's a leader in the locker room. He's on the field, off the field. I've seen him in the hallways picking up trash. Oh, there's a fumble. There's a fumble. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Is
Number 3, Sebastian Adamski tackles the punter down to the 2-yard line. Holy cow. Holy cow. And the Red Wolves will start on offense on the Douglas 2-yard line.
What a start.
The Red Wolves appear to be lining up in an ace backfield in a pistol with Stephen Brower, number 40 in the backfield, lining up for the Red Wolves. Turn the clock off. There it is. Good job. Stop. It's stopped. We're good. And clock is good. And it looks like we're going to have to pause play here for a minute because we're going to have to back it up a little bit.
While they're getting the clock straightened out, number 9, Caleb Blyden, is the quarterback.
Quarterback Caleb Blyden is getting the start tonight. What do you know of Caleb, Matt?
I know Caleb is an excellent young quarterback who comes into programs and makes his presence known. He came in as an 8th grader to Anza's program in my first year as head coach there, and he won the starting quarterback job outright and led us to quite a season, including a perfect regular.
Touchdown, Walden Groves.
And there they go.
Stephen Brower, number 40, with his first touchdown in over a year. Welcome back, Brower.
What year, Stefan?
Brower's a senior. He led the Red Wolves in rushing, I think, after 3 games last year. He had over 500 yards rushing against some pretty stout opponents. And an unfortunate knee injury cost him the rest of his junior season. But he has been working hard, and he is one of Southern Arizona's most anticipated return players of the year.
I can only imagine how much that drives a player to try to get back to the field when they have an injury that derails, especially a junior or sophomore year.
Absolutely, Matt. Number 32, Adrian Alvarado with the extra point, and the Red Wolves are up 7-0. All right, we have about 10 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. And the kickoff team is back.
2020 seniors for their senior signs during the COVID closures. Frenchie's Rentals, Culver's, Desert Construction and Paint, Micah's, Ascend Martial Arts.
So we have a number of sponsors for tonight that we'd like to continue to shout out. One is Copper Fitness, Triple Play, and we also have Day Excavating for all your excavation needs. Red Wolves line up with Adrian Alvarado teeing up the ball. Kickoff team is ready. Do you think he's going to put it in the end zone there again, Matt?
I was sitting here just wondering that, Nelson. I think he will.
Number 3, Sebastian Damsky is going to hold the ball, which is standard for when you have a little bit of a windy game. It looks like the wind has picked up a little bit since the start.
Yeah, it's not terribly breezy out here, but I guess it's just enough to need that. Puts it high in the air, and it looks like it's going to be returnable.
It's going to be caught here at the 2-yard line, and it's brought up the middle. Great spin move, about to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, great return. Looked like Walden was going to bring him down about 5-10 yards before, but yeah, that spin move really bought him a few more yards.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. All right. We have a new face there at middle linebacker opposing or on the next to Sebastian Damsky. That's number 34, Ronnie Berg, Ronnie Jr. One of the hardest hitting players on the team. Packs a punch for a small package. He's lined up on the near side to the field right here. It looks like a blitz coming off the edge. Ball is down again, and the ball is dropped by the quarterback. And it looks like it's fallen on by the quarterback.
Ooh, that the quarterback looks about as nervous as a burger in Andy Reid's fridge.
Yes, sir, he does.
Second and 14.
All right. Looks like Jeremy Lai was back on that one as well. And the Bulldogs break the huddle in twins to the field, to the top of your screen. And they are in trouble to start this. They're second and long. Here comes the toss outside. Oh, and that is gobbled up in the backfield by number 34, Ronnie Berg. 34, Ronnie Berg.
You know, I felt last year, Carl, that Walden's identity was more based in their offense. Do you feel that this year, with the new crop of players coming in and maturing, that the team has taken on more of a defensive identity?
Well, a lot of teams that are building up from scratch, they want to focus on their defense. But this is going to be a team now. They've made the playoffs the last 3 years in a row, and so the offense has been what's carrying them there. But now the defense is really showing up lately, and we saw at the beginning of the Sarita scrimmage, and now we're seeing here at the Douglas game that the amount of time invested in defense is really starting to pay off. Oh, Douglas drops back to pass. The ball is tipped by number 34, Ronnie Berg.
Nice awareness, Ronnie.
34, Ronnie Berg.
Ronnie Berg, number 34.
So Ronnie breaks up a pass. He makes a tackle on that drive. We have Adamski leading the first drive on defense. We have Berg leading the second one. You know, in this defense, you want your defensive lineman to really take up space and occupy the offensive lineman and let your linebackers free. And if that is the goal here, which it appears to be so, then the Red Wolves D-line is doing that masterfully at this point.
All right, let's see if we can get off a punt.
Last punt was fumbled. It's a low snap again.
He does get it off to about the 50.
Low. It's a poison call by the returner, Ty McDermott. Goes about the 44-yard line, 45-yard line. And the Red Wolves offense will take the field. Let's see if they can get an actual drive going here and longer than one play for a touchdown.
To Dr. Hill for being the best principal we could ever ask for. Happy National Principal.
Who's our wide receivers out there?
Well, we see number 5, which is Alex Culbertson. He's a senior. We have number 10, Duncan Hoover, on the bottom of your screen. Up top, you'll have Ty McDermott, a senior, and then in the slot on the top of your screen, I believe that's Colby Gaines. So we got some stars out there. It's a play-action pass.
Throws on the run, and we have a completion for first down.
And Ty McDermott is on the loose. He's on the loose, and he's tackled around the 8-yard line. That is going to be a 47-yard gain.
That's fantastic.
So they on two plays for the Red Wolves, we have a 3-yard touchdown and a 47-yard pass to senior Ty McDermott, who's going to come out and get some air.
I'd like to see that keep up all year.
Oh yeah, great job, Ty.
Looks like there was a flag on the play, though.
And there is a flag, so the play is going to come back. Offensive penalties plagued the Red Wolves to start the season last year, and I wonder if that is now going to be continued.
Yeah, that's a bit deflationary.
Yeah, we'll see.
What was the call, Nelson?
It's a holding. And it was brought back, but the Red Wolves still have a first down. So they still got a 15-yard gain out of it. They go trips to the boundary here. And the ball swung out to Brower. And great blocking downfield. And it is a 10-yard gain. Looks like it's a first down. We're waiting here for the signal. And the chains are being called, and it's a first down for Brower. And that first down is brought to you by Coach Klepper. He makes coaching football look good. I mean real good. Ball swings out, and the ball is thrown deep. And it is caught by Ty McDermott. They tried to keep him out of the end zone the first time, but not the second time. That touchdown is brought to you by Veronica Steele. Thank you for stepping up and making up the senior night ribbons for the senior moms. We owe you a debt of gratitude. Thanks, Veronica. Number 13, Ty McDermott.
That's the 1-3.
Tyler McDermott catches another beautiful pass.
Walden Grove finds himself up 13 points, looking to make it 14 pretty early here in the first quarter.
We got Leiden to hold. Alvarado to kick, and wow, what a boomer. That thing would have been good for another 20 yards behind that. What do you say, Matt?
Oh, easy.
And that extra point is brought to you by our principal of the month, Dr. Teresa Hill. Thank you, Dr. Hill, for 10 years here at Walden Grove with all your leadership and expertise. Your staff and students forever appreciate all of your efforts. Thank you. And if you want to get your recognition for a first down or a touchdown, you just email the Walden Grove football program at WGHSfootball@Serena.net, and we'll happily add it to our next home game. What is this, a live stream? Live stream. Alvarado is teeing up the ball again. He had Adamski hold it for him. It looks like he's got a better hold on the ball. Kickoff team is ready to go. First one went into the end zone. Second one was returned to about the 25-yard line. Alvarado back to kick. The ball is booming. It is right darn nowhere close. It received and picked up at around the 5. And
Another spin move to give him a few more extra yards, and a flag out on the play.
And that was tackled by number 4, Christian Medina. Christian Medina making himself known here by Junior. The junior, Christian Medina, brings his talents from the basketball court to the football field. Matt, what kind of skills do those things have in common?
Well, the agility, I think, is key here, and especially on special teams, you see in traffic, Christian was able to get to the ball carrier and bring him down.
Excellent job. Looks like there's a holding penalty, bringing the ball back down to the 20-yard line. And they're still marching. And so it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 10, and the chains are moving, and it is right now 14-0 with 6 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Thank you for everybody who is joining the live stream. You can now pay $10 to watch the stream, or you can pay, I think, $15 to watch the whole season, everything we do. So thank you for that, for those sponsors. Do that. Douglas lining up with Twins to our side of the field here. Looks like a toss, or the wide zone. Number 3, Sebastian Adamski meets him in the backfield. He's making it awfully hard for that Douglas to get anything started today.
Well, I don't think they've had a single positive play yet, have they?
No, I mean, I can't name one if they have. He's all over the place. Him and those green gloves are just, they're just hustling. And Sebastian Adamski is just leading this team. It's going to be 2nd and about 11 coming up here. Douglas sends in the play.
Giancarlo Margayan is the quarterback for the Douglas Bulldogs.
Douglas coming out in the I formation with Twins to the field, the top of your screen there. And we got to see if they can get something going here. False start on the bottom of your screen right here. Appears to be number 19. That'll kill you.
Well, the good news is they're, within the 10-yard line, so it's not the full 5 yards lost.
Yeah, so I mean, it beats the full 5 yards, but you're still going in the wrong direction.
And, well, considering where their plays have been going, this looks like a great opportunity for Walden to pick up a safety.
Yeah, this is where you can pin your ears back, send your DNs, and just let them crash and cause havoc. We'll see if they're going to do that. If Coach Noble is going to send the dogs.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a risk for that.
Douglas lines up in the I formation. Twins to the top of your screen. Ball snap. Quarterback has a bootleg option, and it's a keep. That's a great play there. It's about a 10-yard gain.
Yeah, that'll get it to 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, it's the first big play they've had, and it was 10 yards. And if you're struggling like this, you're down 14 points. It's on the road, first game of the season. You gotta start finding things that work. And if that's what's gonna have to work, your quarterback's gonna take a lot of hits, but it's got to keep the team moving. You have to keep the Douglas defense off the field and let them get a rest, because right now this Red Wolves defense is just hungry and just after tackles after tackles.
Well, they've got an opportunity here to pick up their first down.
We see Zach Young, cornerback at the top of the screen, not having to do anything on that play. Filled up here, we have number 30, Jeremy Lai, shutting it down with a host of tacklers. We have number 11, Colby Gaines helping out, and number 13, Duncan Hoover, and number 3, Sebastian Adamski, and 34, Ronnie Burke. It was a great team effort on that one. And it appears the punt team is coming out for Douglas. 4th and 3 yards to go.
Yeah, it looks like, and we're going to get to see the Red Wolves offense hopefully get back to the field and see if they can continue this streak of excellence.
Well, Ty McDermott caught the 2 large passes on the last drive, and now he's back there. And if they kick it to his right, there's a lot of field for him to be able to gain and do some mischief in there. Appears to be a delay of game call. It's a dead ball. Delay of game on the offense. And the punter gets credit for that one, though it probably is not his fault. Appears that they had some late substitution errors, some miscommunications. These are pretty standard first game kind of jitter problems.
Well, it certainly isn't going to help with field position.
No, it looks like the Red Wolves, no matter what, unless something bad goes here, will get it around the 50. Ball is pooched, and it is a poison call, and the Red Wolves get it around the 35-yard line. Matt, for viewers that don't know anything, how important is the field position battle in football? And what is the field position battle?
Well, the field position battle, Carl, is the battle for position of the field. So if you are starting with a 30-yard drive to get to a touchdown versus a 90-yard drive, you're going to score touchdowns a lot more frequently when you're starting from 30 yards. All right, we got the offense taking the field.
So a special shout out to all the football players, coaches, and support staff who are also artists.
Line drops back. Throws to number 10, Duncan Hoover.
Pass is complete to number
And he
10.
steps out of bounds. It looks like a gain of 5 yards to
Gain
Duncan
foul,
Hoover.
5 yards on the play. Or stepped out, that's Duncan Hoover. With the reception.
Duncan's a great student. He's an AP U.S. government student and student of the month if it were up to me. I know because I'm the teacher of the course. We got trips to the top of your screen. We have number 3, Sebastian Adamski, the linebacker, now playing some tight end for Red Wolves. What do you think about putting your best player on both sides of the ball there?
If they have the endurance and the block that Sebastian just gave is what led to that touchdown we just saw.
When you can put your best player out in space like Ty McDermott, and then you have your best strong man in Sebastian Adamski lead block, plays like that are just so dangerous. Yeah, that appears to be a 35-yard touchdown for Ty McDermott, number 13.
And with us looking to be up 21-0 with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, starting on defense, it's looking like this could be a blowout tonight.
Yeah, Douglas is going to have to find something. They're going to have to get a first down. You know, when you're down this many points, you got to change your goals. Let's get a first down. Let's get a couple of positive plays. Let's get how many minutes can we burn off the clock before we have to allow our defense to go back out there.
Those positive things that you can build on. If you're not going to win this game, then you can at least work on being good for your next game.
Right on. This is early first game jitters between pretty
and things could go the other way quickly.
Yeah, you know, when it rains it pours.
Dave is in the Division II Section 2 player will be here for the 4th straight year as well.
That touchdown is brought to you by Ryan Carl's Red Wolf Marching Band Regiment, home of the Fighting Oboes. Thank you, Mr. Carl.
Mr. Nelson, you're a fellow oboe player yourself, aren't you?
I was an oboist from 5th to 6th grade, Matt, and I was first chair by the time I retired. Some people would like to dispute that point, but those people are wrong. Matt, were you a trumpet player, I believe I heard?
Yes, unfortunately, I was not smart enough to choose a double-reeded instrument as you were.
The double reeds it's a definite sign of intelligence. There's not many of us. The bassoonists are also in our crew.
I think if my band had offered bassoon, that would have been a no-brainer.
I think if my band offered a bassoon position, I would have stayed in band.
I'm pretty sure if bands offered bassoon, they would only have bassoon players.
I mean, how cool would you look walking down the street holding the bassoon?
It's true.
I mean, man, wow. Looks like the Douglas offense is going to start their drive on 20-yard line with a kickoff into the end zone by Adrian Alvarado, showing everybody why he's a 4.5-star kicker. He's just booting that thing.
Yeah, that's a college-level egg right there.
If you didn't hear in our senior day announcements, he learned how to kick by watching salmon swim upstream in Alaska.
That's hard to believe, Carl, but somehow you make it believable.
You can believe anything if you only have an imagination. And there's a big swallowed-up tackle there.
They will get some forward yards on that, but not much.
Number 34, Ronnie Berg with the tackle.
Oh, it's good to see Ronnie being active early tonight.
Looks like it's going to bring up a 2nd and 3, and if you're Douglas, that's the kind of play you need. You need a 3-yard gainer on first down. You got to move that ball.
And about 3 on the play, 2nd and 7.
We got twins down here to the near side of your screen here.
Showing blitz.
Oh no!
Dambski is in there on a blitz, and it appears that he has caused so much disruption that there's a fumble, and number 20 comes up with the ball for the Red Wolves. Number 20 is Orion Thompson, senior. Wow, great job, Orion Thompson.
Orion Thompson with the recovery.
So happy for Orion Thompson. Great kid. Great family. Ryan is also a senior.
1st and 10 for the Red Wolves.
And it looks like the Red Wolves offense is back on the field with 21-0 with 2 minutes and 12 seconds left in the first quarter. Stephen Brower in the backfield. Caleb Leiden as quarterback, and Brower takes it. Oh, boy. He's heading up there. Nice little 8-9 yard gain as he scampers out of bounds. Oh, no. Leiden kept it on the keep. I was faked out. That's the whole goal of the read option there, is make sure the defense has to play defense against 2 players, not just one on the run game.
Well, it's always a good sign when the quarterback's faking out the announcers.
Yes, sir. I could be John Madden after all this. Brower lines up in the backfield. Ball snapped, and it is given.
Keep Leiden keeps the ball.
He's heading to the end zone.
It's a touchdown.
Reservations for 6. Wow.
Caleb Leiden, number 9, junior quarterback.
Sophomore quarterback. Holy cow. I got a little ahead of myself there.
Ball around the left end for another Red Wolf touchdown.
And that brings the score to 27-0 with 1 minute and 50 seconds left. And the Red Wolves are just scoring points in bunches right now, Matt.
It looks like they're scoring points at will, Carl.
If you're the Douglas defensive coordinator and you're seeing the scoreboard right now, and it's only the first quarter, what are you telling your players?
That they're eventually going to put in their backups.
Right? Like, you're going to have to eventually find somebody who's willing to go out there and play tough and play hard football. I mean, we got a lot of football left to go here, and a lot of the players for Douglas, they're just walking off the field at this point. They're done with this.
Yeah, it's hard to play 3 more quarters when you're already down 4 scores.
Yeah. Right now.
But that's the job of the coaches right now, to get those players pumped up to play the next few quarters as hard as they can, and really show that leadership and what they're made of.
Absolutely, Matt. Hey, Matt, touchdown is brought to you by the Walden Grove High School social distancing policies. We're keeping it real safe.
That's good to hear.
Looks like Alvarado is back to kick again, and he's put, I think, 3 of the 4 of the 5 in the...
No, there's been 2 returns so far. There's going to be a third.
This is the shortest of 3 to the 10, and it's a great return up to the 30-yard line here.
There's a bit of a scrum going on.
Getting a little chippy down there. Number 45 appears to be on the tackle. Number 45 is Marcos Headley, sophomore. Getting some action out there. Great job, Marcos. See, he hustles off the field. Marcos is a tailback, linebacker, D and D tackle. Kind of do-it-all, tough guy. He's a convert from the offensive line, now playing a little tailback.
Well, he was too fast for the offensive line, frankly. I mean, for his size, you would never have guessed he is as fast as he is. But then you watch him run, and sure enough, he keeps up with the fastest kids on the team.
It's trouble when your offensive lineman is running.
Oh, and we have a fumble on the up. Whistle dead.
Looks like a false start on a dead ball penalty. The conference for what's going on here. The umpires about ready to start marking it off. It's a dead ball. False start on the offense. It is a 5-yard penalty. Bringing up 1st and 15. Not how you want to start your 5th drive of the game here.
No, but this is just sort of more of the same at this point. Let's see if they can turn it around. At this point, do you think you take a shot downfield and just hope something can happen?
Well, you got to see who your athletes are and if they got heart. If they're breaking the huddle, running out, and they're being aggressive, then yeah, I'm going to take a chance on that guy. I'm not seeing that right now. The body language is all off right now in Douglas.
Yeah, the Walden defense, they look confident and excited.
Oh, no.
as they rush through and bring down that quarterback.
By Sebastian Adamski. That's going to be on his highlight reel tomorrow night. Holy cow. He gets dapped up by number 13, Ty McDermott. Two of the rising stars of Walden Grove are really shining tonight. And defensive coach, head defensive coordinator and head coach Corey Noble, they're not pulling out any stops now. They got a brand new shiny car here in this Red Wolves defense, and they are going to take it for a spin tonight.
Well, I think Douglas's coach is asking, who wants to block Adamski?
And if you've ever seen Adamski walking down the hallway, you don't want to get in the way. And I can't imagine as soon as he's got his helmet on what you'd have to do to get out of the way.
No, he had good imposing size in middle school, and now he is a big boy.
Sweep to the far side of the field. It is a tackle. Appears to be.
Looks like they didn't get much out of that, Carl.
No. Number 65 on the tackle, Alberto Garcia. Alberto, big time play there by Alberto Garcia, number 65.
It's Danny switched numbers. It's Danny Palmaris.
Oh, sorry, number 65 is Danny Palmaris.
Danny Palmaris with the play for the Red Wolves.
Great job, Danny.
And that brings us to the end of the first quarter of play.
And the first quarter is over here, 28-0.
I don't think Walden could have asked for a better start to their football season.
No. And while we're here in our brief intermission between quarters here, I'd like to give a special shout out to Miss Jake and Mr. Yeskas. They would like to thank the Walden Grove Network student media specialists. They could not do it without you. This entire broadcast. No, really. Could not do this without you. This is student-led, put on by the students here at Walden Grove. Just a tremendous thing. So if you're appreciating and enjoying what Mr. Grushiva and I are able to do up here, none of it is possible without our students putting this entire broadcast together. Thank you to our students, Nancy and our other guys up there.
Absolutely. They show up, they set everything up. We come in, we just sit down and talk.
Yeah, Remy and Nathan are just killing it up there. I can hear them kicking above my head in the press box. They're having a good time. It's a little windy. There they are again. They're doing a great job. Thanks, guys, for all the work you do up there.
So, Carl, tell me, what's been the recent matchup history between Douglas and Walden?
So, the two teams were in the same region for the last 2 years. Walden Grove was able to sneak out wins in both games in the last 2 years. And, we're in two different regions this year. And Walden Grove is in a pretty difficult region, but now the region play kind of got all thrown away because of COVID. So Douglas was willing to take this game, so we thank them for that. But traditionally, as of late tradition, Walden Grove has kind of owned these games between the two teams. And it appears that the Walden Grove coaches are talking about defense, and the Douglas coaches are trying to rev up the offense as they get them back out there. We're still seeing the starters out there for Walden Grove. That's good. These seniors deserve to play. They've put in 4 years of effort. They're going to have a shortened season no matter what, and they deserve every single play they can get this year. And Damskin looks ready to go. He's trying to pump up the crowd here. It's kind of hard to get everybody excited when they're already up 28-0 that easy in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if they can keep up this defensive intensity through 3 more quarters, because what they've done so far has been impressive.
Absolutely. We got an aces formation, and in their JV game, this meant pass. False start appears. Pass. Ball's away. Trouble. And look, guess who? The ball is intercepted by, it appears to be
Number 11?
Number 11. Colby Gaines with his first interception of the season. Great job, Colby Gaines. Star U.S. history student from a year ago, now making that academic success translate to his success on the field. That turnover is brought to you by Mary Collins. The one period a day you're here, your work is outstanding. Thank you, Mary.
I want to point out that interception was also made possible by the work of Mr. Palomares getting to that quarterback and showing that pressure.
Oh, man. Oh, Brower.
We got
just
quite a run on first down.
Form. Picking it up, giving it to the ref. Just a class act. What a great kid we have in Stephen Brower. That is a 11-yard gain. First down by Brower. He got some great blocking up there. You have some offensive linemen in Michael Cromer, Gabriel Daigle. I think you have Zach Razwitz out there, number 55. Jeffrey Hanlong is number 55, a recent move in. Oh, fumble ball. Oh, ball's on the ground. It's still loose. And it is recovered. Man, when it rains, of course, Douglas almost had a chance there coming back. And it is fallen on by number 13, Ty McDermott, everywhere.
Carl, that ball must have been slicker than a boiled onion. It was just bouncing around from guy to guy.
Well, I was going to say, you can call McDermott Johnny Cash because he's the everywhere man. He's returning kicks, he's catching the ball, he's playing free safety, he's falling on fumbles in the backfield. The kid, wow, all over the place tonight. Pass. Ball's caught by Colby Gaines on a slant, and he gets around the corner for about a 13-yard gain as he scrambles out of bounds.
Oh, no, that wasn't a 13-yard gain. We were starting about 18 yards from.
Wow.
That was about a 24-yard.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. My bad. Great job, Call. Great catch there, Matt.
Yeah, wonderful recovery from a fumble going to picking up a long second down.
We got Duncan Hoover on the bottom of your screen. He is the junior version of Ty McDermott. And we're handing to Brower right up the middle, and wow, this is going to be bad. Yep. And he just bulldozes for a 19-yard Weldon Grove touchdown.
Stayed on his feet.
That is Brower's second touchdown on maybe 3 or 4 carries right now. You know, you try to stop throwing the ball.
Third touchdown? Third carry, 2 touchdowns. That's pretty good.
Third carry, 2 touchdowns right now for Brower. And that
so he could be doing a little better is what we're saying. But not much.
Right. Not much. That touchdown is brought to you by Doug Hansen's parking spot on the school sidewalk. You're in the way. And the extra point is good by Alvarado. Team Adrian, we are proud of our 4.5-star kicker. Love you to death, the Miranda family. Thanks for that shout-out brought up by the Miranda family. And Walden Grove is up 35-0 with 10 minutes and 9 never really existed for either of these teams, but my gosh, Walden Grove is looking like they're returning to playoff form already.
Playoffs? It's too early to talk about playoffs.
True story. And this year, there are no playoffs for our Southern Arizona teams, for most of them. There'll be a bowl game at the end of the year, so we're planning to get as many wins as we can to play in a bowl game of an opponent to be named later at the end of the season.
So how's that work?
Coaches and teams are going to get together at the end of the season and try to compare records and try to get good matchups. You know, the teams that are suffering and have low win totals are going to play other teams with similar records, and the better teams are going to play against each other. Oh, fumbled, muffed kick, and he picks it up.
Runs it.
And tackling. Number 20 on the tackle for Walden Grove. Number 20, Orion Thompson out there with the tackle again.
As well as 45, it looks like.
Number 45 is Marcos Headley again.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was Marcos.
And to add insult to injury, another holding penalty on Douglas to bring the ball back an additional 10 yards. Or it looks like a block in the back, possibly. It's going to be first down. It's going to bring the ball back. And, it is coming back. And so they're going to have about first and 10 on the 10-yard. They got 90-yard field, Matt. How do you feel about this one?
Well, as we were talking about field position earlier, this is not an ideal starting place for a drive. It's not like they're picking up the kind of yardage that Walden is either.
No. What's not worked right now is the inside running game because Adamski's swallowing it up, and the deep passing game. So maybe some intermediate passes out here, some swing passes to the tailback. Maybe we'll go back to that option play. Here's outside run.
Outside run.
And number 33. Oh. Wow. Way to fill. You don't see corners tackle like that very often. Number 33. Sorry, can't find the number here. Number 33, Lucas Quillen. Didn't know he had it in him. Good job, Lucas. Proud of you. Lucas Quillen's favorite hobby outside of playing football is
LARPing.
LARPing. Hey, Matt, what is LARPing?
It's a live-action role-playing. He dresses up as a wizard.
Really? Do you do this with other people or on your own?
Well, you try not to let non-LARPers see you, obviously.
Oh, okay. Is this done in the wilderness? Is it done in the secrecy of your home?
Usually outside in the wilderness with cabal
other
other LARPing druids.
Is that what? Wow. Toss outside, and he hits the corner, and he scampers out of bounds. That's a great little sweep play for the Douglas Bulldogs. It's going to be about a third in the box. It's about 3 in the box right now, and it's going to bring up about 3rd and 10 to the original line of scrimmage.
23 carrying the ball.
And there's about 9 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the quarter. The score is 35-0. Walden Grove is winning. And you see out here on the field, we got Zach Young playing some field corner. Great athlete, Zach Young. He's only a junior. Pass. Ball's back. It's out. Oh, no. Just absolutely solid by Lucas Quillen, and he just read that perfectly. If the ball was thrown a little bit better, it was going 6 the other way.
He's shaking his head at himself. He wanted that one.
That would have been a tough play for anybody to make unless his name was Carl Nelson. But, my gosh, that was a great play there.
Oh, yeah. Great defense. I mean, there was no way the offense guy was catching the ball there. That's all you can really ask. The defensive touchdown would have just been icing on an already well-iced cake.
Lucas Quillen's father is Walden Grove High School linebacker coach for the varsity program. He's also a hero in the American Border Patrol. Douglas gets away the punt, and it looks like it's going to roll to the 45, and McDermott picks it up. Ill-advised as his helmet comes off. Hopefully his head is not in there. Does not appear so. An uncommon mistake by Ty McDermott, but he looks to be okay, and he's hustling off the field.
6-yard line. Douglas. 1st and 10.
And so it looks like McDermott is staying on the field here. He's playing the wide side of the field near your screen, on the bottom of your screen here. And he might be coming off because he had his helmet come off, and that's a rule. So Quillen will sub in. Rules for substitutions is you have to cross the numbers before you can actually get into the play. So you see Quillen coming in there at the bottom. It looks like a stacked receiver set on both top and bottom of your screen. Walden Grove in the pistol. We still have Caleb Lyden in there at quarterback.
And our score is currently 35 Walden, 0 points for Douglas.
And it is 1st and 10. And ball snap. And the swing pass out here to number 11.
Incomplete to number 11.
Incomplete pass over here to, I believe, Duncan Hoover. Colby Gaines. Rare drop by Colby. Colby led his freshman team as a freshman 3 years ago with 10 receiving touchdowns. Led the team in scoring. Great athlete, great student, great kid, great person. The Red Wolves are going to line up in an ace backfield pistol set. Looks like they are subbing McDermott back in for Quillen. Great job, Lucas. And here, motion across. And the fumbled snap. And
Caleb
Lyden is on it.
just looks like he got to it.
That looks a little reminiscent of Caleb Lighton's first varsity start last year against Amphitheater. He got to play the first half as the starting quarterback, and on the first drive, the ball almost snapped right out of his hands, and it was a fumble first play. Welcome to high school football at the varsity level.
I remember, though, Walden was winning that game at halftime.
Yeah, it was a very nervous day, but they came out victorious ultimately. And it looks like Brower just running up the middle, and he's on the left side of your screen just hustling. Still has not been tackled.
There is
down
a flag
to the 20.
down.
Flag is thrown by the back judge, and I believe this is going to come back. I think you're going to see a lot more flags come out, especially while Walden Grove is on offense. The refs are going to try and slow down the scoring as much as they can. It's kind of an unwritten rule of football.
Well, hopefully they don't do it too much because we don't want them to slow down the game
Too much.
We're sitting here at little over halfway, or around halfway into the second quarter. Walden up 35-0, and
Wow, the penalty was on Douglas?
oh no.
Wow, take that back. That first down is brought to you by Murray Hicks. Despite his last name, he's really quite cultured. Murray Hicks, everyone.
Personal foul penalty will carry half the distance to the goal line.
Wow, so that Stephen Brower run brings them to first and down, and
Goal from the 10 about.
it's darn close.
Check that, there's about a yard.
Kale takes it,
And
throws.
back shoulder throw to who else but Ty McDermott, I believe. Is that him again? Holy cow. Johnny Cash strikes again. Is it 10?
Who's 10?
It's 10? Duncan Hoover, actually, on that. The junior version of Ty McDermott is finally getting his first action of the game, and he has a great back shoulder catch. That was a tough turnaround catch. You see that, Matt?
Yeah, I did. It was. I did not think that was going to be a completion. It was
That
a great
puts-
job by Duncan staying on that.
Colorado's kick is up.
That puts the Walden Grove Red Bulls with the extra point up 42-0 with 7 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
52 seconds left in the half. It's 42-0.
And Douglas has got to be looking for some answers here. And I don't know what that answer is going to be.
And Spirit League. The days for
The extra point is brought to you by the Walden Grove cheerleaders. You put the lead in cheerleader. Your coaches are very proud of you. Thank you.
Group Day. A good game, of course.
And this kickoff is dedicated to Hope Noble from head coach Corey Noble. Thank you for your unconditional love and sacrifice for the Walden Grove football program and your husband.
Maybe Shaggy Hair Day.
Penalty on the kick. Looks to be a dead ball. And we're going to get the call on. It looks like it's definitely on the kicking team, Walden Grove. And we're waiting for the signal.
Preliminary indication is offsides against the kicking team. So the Red Bulls be moved back 5 yards.
Now, what I would really like to see here is Alvarado kicking from this longer distance. Can he still put it in the end zone?
I'm sitting here wondering that.
Right.
I don't think that's very likely.
And I think he's kicking against the wind right now because this wind is coming from the south, and that's a strong headwind. You can see the returner's at the 10-yard line, so he does not believe that the kick will get to the end zone. But, we'll see.
Alvarado's
Wow.
kick is deep.
To about the 10, it is dropped, but picked up immediately, held on pretty loosely as he cuts. Great return here.
To about
And
the 45-yard line.
great job. Number 25 on the tackle.
He's across the 40-yard line.
Number 25 on the tackle.
For the fine return.
I'm not seeing a number here.
25.
25 is Matthew Enriquez. Tailback, linebacker, do everything kind of guy. Great open field tackle there. That return was going. That was a big return. That's Douglas's biggest play of the game. Catching the ball from the
Absolutely.
10 and bringing it to the 45.
Well, sometimes when the offense isn't going well, when defense isn't going well, you look to your special teams to just get something going.
Absolutely, Matt. Douglas is coming out in the same formation. Oh, no, there's a little bit. It looks like we got some wings here. there's some motion, and
Oh,
there's
and
a
the-
fumble, and
the jet
what
motion.
can go wrong?
Looks like player 88 on the jet motion. They picked the wrong moment to snap it, and the ball went into his shoulder and fell to the ground in a fumbled snap, basically.
It looks like something from the Keystone Cops here. Red Wolves are looking for the signal from the sideline.
You're doing great, Mike. You're doing real good, buddy.
Thanks, Barry Cromer. Barry Cromer said that we're doing a great job, and we have some new guys up here in the box doing a whole bunch of other stuff, including our newest scorekeeper,
Michael Morton.
Michael Morton, killing it over here on the scoreboard. Father or son of Brian Morton, who is multi-time staff member of the month here at Walden Grove. Thank you to both members of the Morton family that work for SUSD 3-0. Looks like we have a timeout here, and we're going to have about 2nd and 15.
The running clock will be good starting.
Not and the Douglas Bulldogs are hustling out to the field.
Walden
And-
keeps out their starters.
Yeah, it appears that the players are looking a little bit smaller for Douglas. And maybe they're doing some kind of change-ups to see if get some younger guys on the field, see if they can do anything. They had a pretty good JV showing last night. We're going to bring in one of the coaches for an interview here in just a moment for halftime for Walden Grove's JV program.
Is that a false start?
Appears so.
Procedure against the Douglas
2nd and 20.
45 yards.
2nd and 21. And Douglas goes back to the huddle. And again, our score is 42-0. Walden Grove is winning. 6 minutes and 32 seconds remaining. We got Walden Grove sending some substitutes in. Number.
Some shifting on the defensive line.
And it is a power read there to the quarterback.
They're not going to get much.
And it appears that number 34, Ronnie Berg, is on that tackle again. What a beast. And you can notice, Ronnie's probably the shortest guy on the field, on both sides. And he is just all over the place making plays happen.
Well, Ronnie's used to being the shortest guy in the field,
Right.
and he has never shied away from tackled or flag football.
Right. Yeah, Ronnie led the conference as an 8th grader in flag football with the most pass interferences with 14.
3rd and 21 for Douglas.
Ronnie liked to tackle even when that was against the rules.
Well, it's good that he was able to move up to high school football and put his skills to such great use.
Right on. We're seeing Douglas coming out in a wing. Some miscommunication here. A couple of guys in wrong spots are in there. Usually that's 12 men in the huddle, but in this case we'll let it slide. Quarterback is out. He's throwing the ball. And it is tackled. Great catch. And it is caught for a 13-yard gain. Tackled by number 10, Colby Gaines, or number 11, Colby Gaines. And that's going to bring
4th down and about 8 or 9 yards. What do you think you do in this situation? You just go for it at this point?
Here's the thing. What's the difference between 42-0 and 49-0? At this point, the Walden Grove Red Wolves have not stopped scoring on offense. Are you going to give them to the ball here, or are you going to punt the ball and let them have a chance to return it for a touchdown there? Like, pick your poison.
Yeah, I think I'd go for it, too, in this situation. And that's what they'll do. The quarterback is
This is trouble.
scrambling, and he's got pressure.
This is trouble. This is trouble.
He is pushed out of bounds after losing a few yards.
And the quarterback runs out of bounds, and the offense hits the field. Looks like it's a sack. That turnover down is brought to you by Mary Grashiva, maker of the best apple pie east of the Mississippi.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mary. I'm taking good care of your son over here. Walden Grove Red Wolves are coming out, and it appears that Caleb Lyden is still at the helm there. Some different receivers here on the bottom of your screen. It looks like Lucas Quillen and Zach Young.
two juniors getting some action. And
Duncan Hoover coming off the field late.
yep. Number 25, Matthew Enriquez, lined up in the backfield. And he is on the loose.
Breaks a
sticking the stiff
tackle.
arm.
And taking the second tackler or second defender he met for a little ride there.
And we have a Red Wolf down ref, Red Wolf here.
You got about a first down on that, pretty close. We have a Red Wolf player down on the field.
And our trainer, Renita Wheeler, is out on the field with her student staff heading out here. A lot of things we do here at Walden Grove involves a lot of our students and our student assistants, and that's part of the hands-on learning community that we've built here at Walden Grove. Matt? That first down is brought to you by J. Amadeus Zero-Hour Government Class. Come for the knowledge and stay for the dad jokes. Last week they had a good pudding, I hear. And number 68.
68.
Michael
Cromer. Little
Comes up a
slow to
little
get
left.
off the field.
But he is coming off, and he's a trooper. He's hustling off. So it looks like he's going to at least get the next play off. Rules are is if you stop the play because of an injury, you must sit out for at least one play.
Yeah, it looks like he was trying to rejoin the huddle right away.
And
But they've got him, told him to go sit down for a second, catch himself, and see what they can do to get him back in.
The Red Wolves offense heads back onto the field under the leadership of number 50,
Zachary Reiswitz, the junior center. Zach out there is the big-time player for the Red Wolves.
Side.
Enriquez carrying
Matthew Enriquez for another 20-yard gain, Matt.
just short of the goal line.
And number
65 comes off the field, and that
is
is
Danny Palomares coming out, getting some water, subbing in some more guys. Number 30, Jeremy Lyon at tailback now. Looks like they're going to give the big dog. They're going to let the big dog eat here, Matt. You're going to let
Big dog's hungry.
big dog's hungry. Big dog Jeremy Lyon, squat a car, deadlift a mountain, could throw footballs over them said mountains. And they're going to give it to number 25, Matthew Enriquez. But the number 25, Matthew Enriquez, for the touchdown. But there is a flag on the play. Jeremy Lai led him all the way into the end zone. But it looks like it's going to come back.
One of the few negative plays we've seen all night.
Right? Like
And it had to be a penalty.
on a touchdown.
Well, we've had a lot of touchdown plays.
Sure thing.
Preliminary indication forthcoming.
I think it's good to see a little bit of adversity to overcome.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're Walden Grove, you want your offense to get as many plays in the red zone in a game as possible, just because it's good practice. Doesn't matter who you're running plays on air in the red zone is great practice for your team. As center E.J. Elliott comes in to be the long snap. Oh, that touchdown was good by Matthew Enriquez. Personal fouls are being called off. It is going to be an extra point here. E.J. Elliott Johnson is into long snap. Looks like Leiden is in to hold. And the 4.5-star kicker, Adrian Alvarado, is back. Let's see if he can put this bad boy in.
Snap's good.
Alvarado's kick.
Oh, man, he is just smoking these extra points. And that puts Walden Grove up 49-0 with 2 minutes and 8 seconds left in the half.
8 seconds left in the half. 49-0 Red Bulls.
That touchdown is dedicated to Mr. Nelson and Mr. Noble's 6th period U.S. history class. Thank you for being great. And our extra point is brought to you by Ryan Atkinson, purveyor of fine dented sideline trash cans. Thank you, Mr. Atkinson. Now, if you're Douglas here, are you trying to get a first down, a touchdown, or are you just trying to run the clock out to get into halftime?
Yes.
All three.
Penalty on the ensuing play.
And so the 15-yard penalty, it was a dead ball after the touchdown play, and that means they'll kick off from the 25-yard line. And this is going to give Alvarado a great chance to test that leg strength as he kicks it from the 25 to the 20. And this kid is holding the ball like it's a loaf of bread with a stiff arm. And I believe number 4 came up and made the tackle, and then it was a whole host of Walden Grove tacklers. Number 4, Christian Medina, again using those basketball skills. Great job, Christian, getting some great mileage out of that special teams play as he stays on the field for defense. Looks like he's going to be playing a little bit of field corner.
Oh, I'm sure he's excited to get out there.
Oh, yeah. You love to see your juniors who are new to the program be able to go out there, make a contribution on special teams, and then when given a little bit more playing time, let's see what he can do with that, even though there's a minute and 40 seconds running out here. Oh, Douglas lines up in the I formation with twins to the top of your screen. And there's about a minute 22 with the running clock running here. And they're going to do fullback. Oh, no, the quarterback's going to keep. And he's going to get out there and hustle around. Man, he's going to get around 6-7 yards.
Yeah, that was one of their better plays of the night.
5 yards there. Looks like Ronnie Berg is coming up a little limp off of the tackle there. Ronnie Berg on the tackle. Ronnie Berg needs to come out. He's got a little hand nick there. As the clock is running to 49 seconds right now and running, and it's 2nd and 5.
Looks like Matthew Enriquez is going out there in place of Ronnie Berg.
Yeah, Matthew Enriquez scoring that last touchdown. We're going to be able to see his ability to play some defense here, because you know it's coming. And it's a fullback dive. And who did they run to? But none other than Matthew Enriquez, number 25. So Enriquez is making tackles and getting touchdowns. So he's living the American dream. And I believe that is going to bring us to halftime as Douglas jogs off the field. And that gives Walden Grove a 49-0 halftime lead. The halftime lead is brought to you by Dr. Teresa Hill's New Mexico face masks. They change in color, but the message is still the same. Thanks, Dr. Hill.
Walden Grove getting a standing ovation from the fans here as they head into the locker room for halftime.
Yeah, well, these players have worked hard in this short preseason to get ready, and, man, they just came out and they are looking good.
Yeah, they came out ready to play, and the fans are appreciative of what's clearly been a lot of preparation going into a almost flawless first half of football for Walden Grove.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. Now we got a little treat for you tonight. Hopefully during halftime he remembers. But the Walden Grove JVB tailbacks and linebackers coach Chris Camp is going to come up and join us and give us a little bit of a story, a little narrative of what happened last night in the JV game between the Walden Grove Red Wolves and the Douglas Bulldogs. And I believe we are back. And I'm here with my buddy in crime here, Matthew Grashiva, as we take off with the second half of football with Walden Grove Red Wolves and the Douglas Bulldogs. Matt, what do you got from the first half?
I got that you couldn't really have much of a better first half of football, and I'll be interested to see if Walden can keep up the defensive intensity that they played with throughout that first half.
Right on. The Walden Grove High School security would like to also get in something, because we're talking about defenses. They would like to say thank you for setting up the social distancing section here at Walden Grove High School, where we're taking the COVID precautions very serious and keeping everybody real safe.
We're getting very close to the start of the second half, so again, a reminder.
The fans have been instructed that they need to follow the social distancing and masking orders in order for the game to start the game. The principals and security are walking around making sure that people are wearing their masks, and if they're not, they're going to get tossed. We see some of the fans returning to their original seats. The stands have been marked off so that people know where to sit.
Does look like a couple fans are struggling a little bit with those rules, but we're going to straighten them out and help them get to where they need to be.
Welcome to public education, Matt, where you got to say the directions more than one time.
And then literally take people by the hand and lead them where they need to go.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of things we can learn from the classroom. And now Officer Petty, the school SRO, is out here, and she is ready for action, ready to enforce the rules. And head of security, Roy Montoya, out here to hustling around. He is ready to toss people out if they're not doing what they need to. Also got Mr. Alvarado here to enforce. Measuring and doing everything. We see Douglas on the field ready for warm-ups, running some light sprints, while Wallen Grove is, they've already gone through and done theirs.
We thank you for complying, everyone.
Well, it looks like we're going to be able to get this second half underway.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I did hear about the one football game. I think it was in Idaho. A high school football game was unable to continue due to some of the fans' unwillingness to comply. And I'm very happy that doesn't look like it's going to be happening here tonight. That would be just an unfortunate way to end a football game.
That's when people put their selfish interests ahead of the needs of the community. The game is not about anybody else other than the players on the field and the cheerleaders, and it's just for the kids. And when adults make it about themselves, we lose a lot of the focus of the game.
Well, really, everyone loses then.
Absolutely. And we want to give a special shout out to Mr. Creston Elkert. Thank you for keeping all of the desks in school 6 feet apart. Hopefully we can get our stands that way too. And the Red Wolves line up to return the kick. Douglas is out to kick off for the first time today. The score is 49-0. And we have 12-minute running quarters, so you're going to see a lot of new faces in the game. It looks like quarterback Caleb Leiden is not going to be heading out there on offense, and instead junior Jason Stevens will be taking his first snaps of the season.
Decent kick to the 10-yard line.
And Ty McDermott is returning, and he brings it up the middle, and oh my gosh, he goes straight, and he's cutting, and he is taken down. That is number 10, Duncan Hoover instead. Duncan Hoover, great job on that return. Duncan Hoover on the return.
Duncan Hoover, the other Ty McDermott.
And that is a 60-yard return to get the Red Wolves started for the game for the second half. Looks like.
So, Carl, could you explain to me the running clock second half rules?
Yeah.
What caused that to start?
So the reason why there's a running clock is when the game gets out of hand. Score-wise, it's 35 when a team has a 35-point lead, the clock runs, and that's just to get the game going, moving, and so it's not a complete bloodbath.
Looks like Ty
McDermott on a hitch route. 13. He brings it all the way to the ends for the touchdown, but there's a flag, and it is definitely coming back.
Did you see a hold on the play?
It looks like the preliminary call is a hold there. That touchdown is brought to you by Renee Valdez. Thank you for... Sorry, the rest of the answer is modified and deleted. So, thank you, Renee.
Illegal block in the back is the call.
And as we were talking about before the half ended, we were saying that the Red Wolves are going to get a lot of penalties called on them right now. You're not going to see them getting away with the big plays as they line up with trips to the bottom of your screen. Stevens lines up, throws a 5-yard out, and the ball is dropped by number 11.
Looks like we had an incomplete pass there, thankfully.
Colby Gaines. Colby Gaines, number 11, with the drop, rare drop by Colby Gaines. Really high pass there. Stevens has got to take off some of that rust, but we'll see some better throws coming out of him soon. No, Jason Stevens is a junior here, throwing to junior Colby Gaines. You'll see number 5 there in the slot for Walden Grove.
And Stevens is dropping back, and he has got all the time in the world.
Stevens pass is complete.
First down.
Crossing the middle is number 5 for Walden Grove. Alex Culbertson making himself known tonight.
Alex Culbertson, a senior with a number of college offers. That first down is brought to you by Philip Steele, the man that donates his time and effort to 3 sports in Walden Grove. He also runs the graduation festivities. His local claim to fame is that he is the second most handsome JVB coach. Thanks, Phil Steele.
Flag down.
And we're going to have another flag here.
Illegal participation on the defense.
And it looks like we have a penalty, and it's going to march the Red Wolves up. And they're going to continue first down. This first down shout-out goes to Booster Club President Dawn Camp. Thank you for all you do for our Walden Grove football family. Without Dawn and the other members of our executive board, many of the great things we have going on here at Walden Grove would not be possible. Thank you to all the board members and board members. And if you're a Walden Grove football family, player, parent, you're more than welcome to join and be active in your Walden Grove football booster club. Ball is dropped to number 10 to Duncan Hoover. Duncan returned that kick for about 60 yards, maybe trying to get him a chance to score here. Junior did not hook up there. Bringing up about 2nd and 3 on the 9-yard line. Stevens is back, throwing the ball. Number 10, oh man, and there is Hoover getting in for his first touchdown of the second half. Duncan Hoover, number 10, just lighting it up. Right now, Matt, what do you want to see out of these younger guys for Walden Grove and for Douglas?
You know, you'd almost like to see a longer drive for Walden where they actually methodically have to work their way down the field as opposed to these long breakout plays that they keep on getting.
Right on. And if you notice, our clock is still running. This clock is going to keep going. It's 7 minutes right now and rolling. Walden Grove took 5 minutes off the clock there. They might not see the end zone again in this quarter, and that's the purpose of that running clock. Getting back to your original question a moment later. And that touchdown is brought to you by Rita Hardy's 6th period class, Keep Reaching for the Stars. And the extra point is brought to you by Amy Keek's algebra class, Keep Reaching for the Stats.
Oh, I like that one.
I had to do 2 there. When I saw these lined up, I had to make sure they got next to each other. Got another one. This kickoff is brought to you by Laura Berger. She was recently voted to having the most delicious last name of all teachers at Walden Grove High School. Laura Berger. I'm getting high fives from that one. That one's just sinking it right now. That was Michael Jordan, 4th quarter right there. It's close. Ball is dropped on the goal line.
Yard line.
And it's coming out. And he's on the open field. And he is tackled by number 34, Ronnie Berg.
From behind. Ronnie had to do a bit of speed work to catch up to him, but we do have a flag on the play.
Oh, back at the 18-yard line, and we'll see a flag. And that probably the biggest play from that Douglas has had, almost a 50-yard play, all for naught. Wow, did not see that the refs would be calling the game that tight for.
They're keeping Douglas honest.
Yeah, right. Like usually when a team is getting waxed like this, they're gonna let them get away with a little bit more. The refs are,
and
their first game of the season too, but they are keeping it tight here.
I would like to say props to Walden. They are playing a very clean game, especially when you have the refs in a situation where they're going to be looking for excuses to help out the opposing team. They're not giving them any chances.
We got a shout out here from Miss Jake to her colleague, Mr. Yeskis, for stepping up for filming the volleyball games. Walden Grove Volleyball with head coach and the best name ever, Dusty Farmer. Yes, that's his real name, Dusty Farmer. As head coach, they are taking the region by storm. And their games are live streamed through this same channel. And it looks like it's an outside sweep out here to the near side as he's going to run out of bounds as he's pushed out by number 8.
Looks like they pick up about 5 yards on the play.
And number 8 with the push out of bounds is Stuart Taylor getting into the Gaylor. Great job, Stu. Stu's a great cover corner, probably one of the better ones you'll see in the program. He's a ball hawk, this kid. When the ball's in the air, Stu Taylor is around it, and he's catching it, and he's running the other way. One of the best cover corners I've seen at the high school level for quite some time. Stu Taylor. He's on the bottom of your screen there.
What year, Stu?
He's a junior now.
Oh, it'll be fun to see what he puts together this season and next.
You see sophomore Sebastian Nahar lining up at free safety. He's one of the youngest guys getting in the game. And it's another sweep to the outside, and it is tackled by number 23, Zach Young. Number 23, Zach Young on the tackle. Zach Young, another junior for Walden Grove. He's playing field corner like he was earlier in the game. Or boundary corner, it appears, at this point. Your boundary corner is going to have to be a better tackler, but your field corner is your best cover guy. He's going to be the guy that you're putting the receiver that's lined up to the biggest open space. There's usually your best guy, and you need a great cover guy like Stu there, and you need a great boundary corner like Zach to be able to come up and make tackles. Ball's run on the sweep again, and it is tackled by defensive lineman there, coming up number 42. Number 42, who is Dominic Cuevas. Welcome to the game. Number 42, Dominic Cuevas with the tackle.
Bringing up about 4th and 3, 4th and 4.
Great job, Dom. And the punt team is going to come out for Douglas, and the punt return is back there. Who's returning kicks there for Walden Grove? Looks like a new punt returner. Ball is up in the air. No signal
player
called.
22 picks
and
up the ball.
he picks up the loose punt there, and he's going to cut it up. And it appears to be about an 8-yard gain there for number 22. Guillermo Metzler, another U.S. history stud. Guillermo Metzler plays JV quarterback. He is a JVB receiver, outside linebacker. He's a tailback. He's returning kicks here. He's going to be playing backup quarterback eventually. Kid's all over the place. He's an athlete. And as a sophomore getting in the game, can't be happier for the kid.
I'm sure he was happy to get out there and deliver a hit out there on the field.
Absolutely. You see the blonde bombshell, number 82, Garrett Hoynacki, lining up at tight end. Getting his first action today. And we see Stevens with the keep, and he's hitting the far side of the field, and he is going to scamper out of bounds, about a 9-yard gain for Jason Stevens.
He had me fooled on that one. I thought that play was dead in the backfield.
The Walden Grove Red Wolves are running the ball with the quarterbacks pretty well. Stevens not known for his feet, but my God, and more for his arm. You saw him throw that touchdown in the last drive and a number of good passes. But he's showing he can run the ball too. It's not just Leiden with the fleet feet. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Stevens back, and he's hitting the slant to number 8, and he is out in open field. That is definitely a 17-8-yard play.
Stuart Taylor with the reception.
Stu Taylor, man, showing you with those great ball skills that he's had on defense, he's converting it over to being a receiver. And that first
it's
down,
always fun when you have the opportunity to be up by this much. Guys can get in there and play some positions that they don't usually get to experience in a football game.
That first down is brought to you by Miss Blazer's Taco Costume. Delightful.
That takes us to the end of the third quarter.
And for the end of the third quarter, the score is 56-0. Red Wolves over the Douglas Bulldogs. And you see the fours going up in the fans, fours going up on the field, and the Walden Grove Red Wolves look like they're ready to get back out there, get a squirt of water, and get out there and finish this game.
Yeah, they don't look tired.
No, their offensive line looks like they are just bulldozing the Bulldogs, and that might be because of our newest sponsor, Day Excavating. Day Excavating for all of your excavation needs. Also, another big shout out to Triple Play here in Sarita, calling in for Putt Putt. Have a gyro, have some famous hot wings.
You ever take your kids to the putt-putt golfing range, Carl?
Love me some putt-putt golfing. Yes, the girls love them.
How about a nice shout out for the Red Wolf cheerleaders?
Big shout out to the Red Wolves cheerleaders. As you see, the fans are going wild in support of the cheerleaders who lead the cheers for this Red Wolves team. They've had a lot to cheer about tonight, Matt.
Yeah, it's what? Where are we at now? 8 touchdowns for the night will give the home team plenty to be happy about.
Hey, Matt, I told you no Halloween jokes, but I can't resist.
Oh, you promised.
What do football players wear on Halloween?
Oh, you're going to have to tell me, Carl.
Face masks.
But don't they always wear face masks?
Yeah, but on the helmet, Matt, there's a...
Oh, I get it. Thank you.
Yeah. That run is by number 25, Matthew Enriquez on the carry.
Enriquez, the ball carrier for the Red Wolves.
He's a junior beast. Legs as big as tree stumps.
I think I did see a
as big as Goliath.
Did I see a flag thrown out there?
Looks like the referee and the head linesman are going to confer. And it appears that is going against Douglas. The preliminary signal is it's going to be a dead ball, delay of game on the defense. Usually that means that a player is preventing the next play from getting off and getting started. Sportsmanlike comment. Sorry about that. Wrong call on the play-by-play there. It's going to give Walden Grove a 1st and goal, and that first down goes out to Miss Angela Aguilar from her math students. She knows her calculus. It says you plus me equals us. Stevens lets the ball go, and it is out there to number 23, Zach Young. 33, Lucas Quillen attempted. Looks like Stevens got a hit there.
Looks like the number 52 is providing the pressure, Marcus Thomas, for Douglas.
Players are getting a signal as the play's being run in by number 87, I believe, is Ethan Ituli. It is the backup kicker, and he's also a great receiver. He's a multi-talented player, also varsity soccer player. As a junior, he's been playing that for 4 years. It appears that the motion is delayed. And number 25, Matthew Enriquez, is going to fall into the end zone. The call is a touchdown, but there is a flag on the play. And it appears that it's going to be coming back here. And the clock is still running. It's 9 minutes and 50 seconds and running right now with that running clock in the fourth quarter. We're waiting for the signal from the referee. It is an illegal block in the back on the offense. And that's going to cost the Red Wolves about 10 yards.
All right, well, we'll see if they can recover and still get their points from this drive.
Now, one thing the Red Wolves have to hope to happen here is that this isn't going to lead to more penalties in the future in the red zone. This is the second penalty they've had in the red zone. We were saying earlier, it's good to get a lot of extra plays in the red zone. That's if, you're going to score, but at the same time, you don't want this to be a trend for the rest of your season.
Absolutely not. The Red Wolves, though, have not punted or turned the ball over once this game, have they?
Not yet.
We'll see
Stevens
if we can
is dropping back. He looks like he wants to run, and he is hit by a host of Douglas tacklers, led by number 61 from Douglas.
Goes down at about the 14-yard line.
And that's going to run down we got about 8 minutes and 45 seconds of running clock here. The Walden Grove Red Wolves I've noticed that they're going a lot slower right now. I'm guessing that's deliberately so that they don't run up the score too much. They have trips to the field. And Stevens is dropping back, and he is seeing a receiver on the bottom of your screen, the top of your screen, touchdown in the back corner of the end zone. That looks like it's Stu Taylor, number 8, just all over that thing, like a chicken on a June bug, just all over it.
Yeah, great catch in the back of the end zone. Great pass to the back of the end zone.
Wow. You know, for a junior getting some serious playing time, Stevens was really calm under pressure, but how about that line blocking up front? That was phenomenal blocking.
And we have another good kick. He is perfect on the night.
That puts Walden Grove up 63-0 with the running clock going at 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Alvarado has hit 9 for 9 for extra points. And how many extra points do you think we're going to see missed at the college level tomorrow? I don't think you're going to see many kickers hitting 9 for 9.
Well, I doubt many colleges are going to give their kicker 9 extra point opportunities to begin with.
That's also true.
But you certainly have a point there.
Well, if I'm Coach Brandon Nielsen and I'm watching any games tomorrow and I see as soon as I see a kicker miss an extra point or a chip shot field goal, I am sending him Adrian Alvarado's 4.5-star kicking footage, and hopefully Adrian gets a call back. Alvarado kicks it off down to the 5-yard line, and the return from the breadbasket is coming out. And he is down at the 25-yard line. That returner for Douglas, non-traditional way of carrying the football. Most running back coaches would lose their cookies over such a thing. But he hasn't fumbled yet. I mean, he's fumbled the kicks. He's muffed kicks, but he's not been fumbling running through the players. I didn't catch the tackle there. And
well, the Red Wolves head out there, and we're going to see if they can manage to stay perfect on defense after just one excellent night of football.
And we see some even more new faces for Walden Grove on defense here, playing it all over the field. You're getting to see the sophomores and juniors, even possibly a freshman. One of the highlight players I want to highlight is on the bottom of your screen, number 64 there, EJ, Elliott Johnson, sophomore, long snapper, varsity's long snapper. He's doing all the long snapping duties. Little Red, as he's called affectionately by his coaches and teammates alike. He's just a little workhorse, a little spark plug. And there's a great tackle over there by Stu Taylor, number 8. And he is just... He's at an open job interview right now to get more playing time, and he's showing the coaching staff why he needs to be on the field as much as possible going forward.
Yeah, it looks like he likes to tackle the person holding the football.
Yeah, and he's quite good at it. And he's catching the football. He's playing coverage pretty well. He's doing a good job. You know, that's a junior who's been through the program. He's started at the freshman and JV level. He's getting his big shot here at the varsity level, and he's just showing right now what he can do.
Well, it looks like he has what it takes. Let's see if he can make any
Taylor on the bottom of your screen here.
See if he can make any other impact plays throughout the rest of this game.
Douglas lines up in the eye, and Elliott Johnson jumps off sides. And that is going to bring, I believe, the first down
That's
for Douglas. True. With 4 minutes and 33 seconds running for the remainder of the game, that'll be their first down on the evening. That first down is brought to you by the Facilipro multi-surface cleaner and disinfectant. Yikes.
My students love the smoky smell.
The smoky smell of the iron. There's that other company. What is that called? EnviroCare hand sanitizer with from the Iron Smoke Distillery.
Yes.
Oh man.
Every time they walk in my classroom, I am hearing comments.
And they're not necessarily good ones, Matt.
No, they're not.
And we got about 3 minutes and 49 seconds left to running clock, and the quarterback boots out.
He's going to keep it.
And he's going to keep it. He's going to stiff arm number 14, and there's a big, powerful
the
tackle.
Shoulder down.
And he is picked up by his teammates. It is number 8, Stu Taylor, on the tackle again. Usually want to be given that, but sometimes you're gonna play. You're gonna take a hit every once in a while.
Stu Taylor out there sacrificing the body.
Cover corner, but tackling, sacrificing the body.
Well, it looks like there's a flag on the play, or they're having a
And they're asking the clock to be stopped, maybe? Timeout. It's a timeout. The clock is stopped. Linesman is calling off the penalty, and it is going to be a second Douglas first down. Hey, they're getting something going here, Matt.
Yeah, if Walden doesn't watch out, they are not going to be holding Douglas to the goose egg tonight.
And right now, I'm sure that's what coaches are telling each other. As you look on the bottom of the screen, you might be able to see the players the offensive line is huddled around the newest technology that the program has. Passes back. And it is pass broken up. It looks like the blonde ambition, number 82, Garrett Hoynacki on the play. Garrett Hoynacki, everybody's favorite blonde. Proving to you, once and again, that blondes have more fun. Garrett Hoynacki, sophomore. Great job, Garrett. Garrett's in my U.S. history.
I was just going to ask if you've gotten to have Garrett as a student yet. He is a blast in the classroom.
One of my favorite things to tell him is, hey, Garrett, guess what day it is? And he always knows it's lasagna day. Fullback dive. And he is pushed out, runs out of bounds, and it's a third Douglas first down.
Well, Nelson, you didn't tell me that. I'm going to have to make a lasagna for you to actually bring into school.
Absolutely, absolutely. Garrett Hoynacki loves his lasagna. He's like Garfield.
He does not like watching his teachers eat lasagnas in front of him.
This is also true. Also true. Not a fan of. He's not a lasagna eating is not a spectator sport.
No,
for him. No, not at all. Not at all. Looks like Douglas is in their ace formation, and they've thrown every time in this formation, and here they do it again. And it is sacked, and the ball is still loose. The ball is still loose. There is a pile, and the ball is somewhere in there.
I do not know who came up with
that. The referee is calling it an incomplete pass.
Oh, okay.
And there's a minute 14 left in the game, and the Walden Grove Red Wolves are up 63-0. And the clock is running. If you're just joining us, I don't know where you've been, but you have missed an offensive and defensive just absolute showing here by Walden Grove. Matt, give our viewers, if they're just tuning in right now from another station, what have they missed so far?
They have missed Walden Grove playing well on offense, defense, and special teams consistently throughout the night.
And here's the Aces formation again. And now it's the dive. And he is just gobbled up in the backfield by...
There is a flag on the play.
A couple of... Number 45 on the tackle. I believe that's Marcos Headley. It is Marcos Headley.
With this clock running, though, that might do it for the evening. We'll see if they can squeeze one more in.
It is a personal foul, face masking on the defense.
So does that mean that the offense will get another play?
By all football rules that I'm familiar with, you cannot end any game on a defensive penalty unless that defensive penalty is declined by the offense.
And I can't imagine why they do that.
So Walden Grove is going to take... Douglas is going to have an untimed down here. And they're going to call timeout here with 1 second remaining.
Looks like the Walden fans might be celebrating a
little prematurely.
Premature, though I think it's a safe lead at this point.
They're calling time. Douglas has called timeout. They are sending the kicker out on the field.
How long is this field goal going to be?
This is if the kick is from the 25-yard line, we're going to add 17 to that.
17?
That's going to be a 42-yarder. If this kicker can hit this, he's going to be in Adrian Alvarado history here. He might be then a second coming of Ethan Ituli.
You think Ethan could hit that?
I'm not saying this kid can't kick this field goal. Here's what I'm going to say is, can his front line keep Walden Grove out of the kick long enough to make it happen? He might have the leg. For the coach to send him out there to try and do this,
He must have
that's
the
gutsy.
opportunity. We'll see if Walden can stay perfect.
I think the fans are more excited about. I haven't seen all of the players looking at the field for a play since the first snap of the game, and everybody is excited to see this play happen. In a unconventional lineup for Walden Grove, or for the Douglas kicking team.
I'll tell you what, I'm happy this game is going to end on an exciting play.
Right?
People are energized that something is going to be happening here. We just don't know what yet.
Looks like a Walden Grove timeout.
They're icing the kicker, Nelson.
A lot of different theories on icing the kicker, Matt. What are your takes on it?
As long as it doesn't end in a double doink in the playoffs, I'm usually okay with it.
Sound like a Chicago Bears fan, Matt.
Oh, I know the pain. I haven't seen the quadruple donk yet.
Well, there are a lot of bars on that field goal post. So there's a first time for everything. Now, I'm sure what Coach Noble told the defense is don't jump. Whatever you do, don't jump.
Yeah, there's no reason.
We don't need to rush this thing.
Do not give them an easier field goal.
All right, boys, 2 seconds.
And as they bring the protectors in, snap
See
is
if they
away.
can do it.
The kick is up.
Oh, no. It's good.
And it is good. Wow, what a thrilling kick
Douglas
there.
saves themselves from the goose egg. Great ending. Great kick for Douglas to end the game, in all honesty.
Wow. 63-3 was the final score there. I didn't think they had it in them.
No, it was a good. When you're trying to get something out of your last drive, they got something that they can and luckily carry forward to their next game.
You know, if you're Douglas's coach, you got some good things you can take away from with that last drive. You got all your first downs in that last drive. You got in scoring position. You kicked the field goal. You showed your kicker, we trust you. It doesn't matter what the score is. Let's go out there. And if you look at Douglas right now, running off the field, they look happier now than at any point I've seen them other than getting off the bus.
Oh, yeah. They just won a small moral victory at the end, and sometimes that's just what you got to take.
And this early in the season, that's all you need to get get your team going. They're going to show up for Monday practice ready to go, and they're going to be telling each other, and now it's going to be talked about all throughout the hallways how great that kick was. They're not even going to talk about the rest of the game. Now, let's talk about Walden Grove.
Walden Grove, what a great start to their season. They look pumped up and ready to go to their next game next week. They're going to be at Saguaro, and they will be home in another 2 weeks on the 13th of November here versus Pueblo.
Ooh, Pueblo, a region game, also a playoff team from the last year. They have a new head coach over there, big-time coach. Don't know his name for the life of me right now, but he comes highly touted, and Pueblo is looking to avenge the last 2 years where both these teams have played close games against each other, but Walden Grove has come out on top both times.
Ooh, we'll be looking forward to bringing you that game in 2 weeks.
If you have any shout-outs or anything, please email them to Miss Jake at Walden Grove, and she will have us put these things online and on the air, and hopefully you guys enjoyed tonight as much as we did. Matt, do you have any final notes here?
Not really, but just thanks to everyone for joining us and enjoying this lovely night here of football at the Grove.
Absolutely, and this is Carl Nelson and Matt Grashiva.
Signing off. Have a great night.
Mask up, Arizona.